Hey, welcome back to the Gossip Column. Today we'll be discussing Alvaro Morata. Is he a failure? Has he failed at Chelsea? So Sky sources broke last night that Juventus will attempt to re-sign Morata in the summer. So Morata played for Juventus during 2014 to 2016 before a buyback clause sent him back to Real Madrid. So it says that the Serie A leaders are going to try and replace Mario Mandzukic, who will be leaving in the summer, with Alvaro Morata, who was very successful with Juventus. He spent 2 years there and very successful. He got to the final of the Champions League in the same season that Paul Pogba was there as well. So a 25-year-old joined Chelsea for 58 million last summer, scoring 7 times in 7 appearances, including the hat-trick against Stoke. However, he has not been so prolific, and said in an October interview that he felt there was too much stress in London and that I do not see myself living here for very long. In the same interview, Morata expressed his regret to have to leave Juventus in 2016 and said Italy for a Spaniard is the best country to live. After leaving Juventus to go back to Real Madrid, he's won the La Liga, he's won the Champions League, and then he went to Chelsea. So he scored 4 times since the opening 7 games. We got that brilliant hat-trick against Stoke in a 4-0 win. It really hasn't paid off. At the start of the season, Sky Sports News were doing this thing of comparing Morata and Lacazette and Lukaku. Lukaku's obviously done the best, but he's never really settled here, and that's a problem. He's looked average. Giroud is the best striker at Chelsea at the moment. The problem is he might have done a little bit better, but the expectation from the fans, he replaced Diego Costa, who is a massive, massive presence, and it never worked out. Will Chelsea have another manager next season? We don't know. But I think that he will definitely leave in this summer. They'll struggle to get 60 million for him. What they spent, they'll probably be looking at around 30. Maybe they could even look at like a swap deal with Higuain, if they were interested in that. It really hasn't paid off, the whole Diego Costa thing. If they'd had Diego Costa this season, they'd probably easily finish in the top 4. But they haven't, and that is because of the striker situation. There's been loads of little problems here and there, but it all stemmed sort of from that text from Conte to Costa saying he no longer wanted him. At what point does this all end? Chelsea won the league last season. They finished outside the top 4 this season, and you know, things don't look like they're going to improve. Things don't look like they're going to get any better. The relationship between Antonio Conte over here and the Chelsea staff and board over here there's a lot of distance. It's very fractured, and I don't think any party is very happy. It could be that Conte just wants to get paid off and bugger off back to maybe Italy, or you know, if maybe he fancies going to somewhere like Spain or maybe in France. But you know, the problem is, once again, is Chelsea have a brilliant season, and then their recruitment is absolutely dreadful. So they brought in Bakayoko, which hasn't worked yet. Drinkwater, Ross Barkley, Emerson Palmieri, Giroud and Morata. They sold Costa. They sold Nemanja Matic. Oscar went last season in the January transfer window. And it's something that worries me a little bit with City, is we won't invest heavily in the summer. We won't recruit well in the summer. And that'll be the problem for next season, is just that we don't add to our squad. It's happened for several seasons, and I think that's why nobody has won the league for such a long time, twice in a row, because they don't invest properly the second season. They think they've got enough. And it's something that worries me. Barkley hasn't worked out. Emerson has struggled to even get involved. Giroud's done alright. Bakayoko was poor. Drinkwater was poor. They spent like 80 million on those two players altogether. Why don't they just bring in somebody that was world class? Or what they could have done is just not sold Matic. But they sold Matic and they haven't replaced him, and that's probably one of the several reasons why they are struggling to get into the top four. So yeah, I can't see any way that Morata can turn this round for himself. He looks so lost at Chelsea, so starved of confidence, and it is a shame to see because he looked so good at the start. He looked like he was gonna, they were gonna forget easily about Diego Costa, but that's not the case. They've struggled. Fabregas has been in the squad a fair bit since Matic left. Another ageing player. Gary Cahill is ageing. Azpilicueta is ageing. Pedro, Willian, they're all ageing. Willian's had a really good season. Which brings me back to my point of not investing well for the following season. Chelsea, when they won the season in 2014, they bought Pedro, and that was it. And, they lost Mourinho. They finished well outside. I think they finished about 9th or 10th. So that does go to show. But I think that he will leave England. I don't think he's happy in England. Whether it be to Juventus or anyone else, I certainly see him leaving. He's probably more suited to Italian football. Clearly he liked being in Italy. So I think that this transfer probably will happen. But Chelsea need to not make the same mistake. They need to go out and find someone who would be the perfect signing. They need somebody strong, physical. They need somebody who plays that way. Whether they will find somebody like that, I don't know. But they need to have a look around the market and see who they can find, depending on who's available and that. But they should break the bank for someone who will help them at this point. So do you think this transfer will go through, or do you think it's just a load of rubbish from Sky Sports News? Let me know your thoughts down below. Like I say, I think it will go through. I think he will leave Chelsea this summer. Will Conte? Remains to be seen. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Subscribe below if you're new. I'm Mike, and I will see you soon.